Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.
So we are back right up to the Rockies franchise mode here in the show 17, but today we're going to start the episode with a bang, something actually happening in the beginning. So we have one trade I loaded up here previously. I just went and found some pitchers that I'd like to go and add to the system, and Stephen Wright is one of those guys I want to add. So take a look at him. In Boston, he has no room at all to go to the MLB, because look how stacked their pitching is, though. They have 95 overall Chris Sale, 98 overall David Price, 86 overall Rick Porcello, you had 82 overall Drew Pomeranz, you had Eduardo Rodriguez at 80 overall, 23 years old, Jeremy Hellickson, Rowan S. Elias, and then there's Stephen Wright there. And Stephen Wright, he was actually really good last year, though. If you take a look at his ERA from last season, I mean, he had a 3.33 ERA, a 13-6 record with the Red Sox in 156 innings pitched. So this man can take on a load of innings and play very effectively on the mound. So Stephen Wright, 74 overall. You're probably wondering why such a low overall, but take a look at his player morale, and then you start to go and understand the story a bit. So he wants to be in the rotation exactly where he'd be in Colorado, but he's in the minors right now. That's why he's all pissed off. He was making the money he wants. He's close to home, which is he wants to be close to home, which is Massachusetts. Colorado is a little bit closer to home compared to California than Boston is, so you might be a little bit happier, maybe even satisfied. Maybe team performance doesn't care, which is good for us because we're probably gonna end up being below 500 this season. Individual performance, he's below that right now, but I'm pretty sure he'll keep it up. He'll bring it up once he goes to a different team, because that way he'll be actually happy playing the game he's playing. So in Colorado, he will have the opportunity to go and actually play some innings for the club. But one thing though, the trade I've loaded up is Ed Schroeder. Take a look at Ed Schroeder. This man, he's 53 overall, deep potential, 29 years old. His stats don't even stand out that much either, besides his durability, and that really means nothing at all. So Ed brought Schroeder, just the easy throw in for a little bit of trade value. Then we have the main course of the meal. We have Chad Bettis. Chad Bettis, you're probably wondering, he's 70 overall. He's like 5 years younger than him. Just has a lower overall than him right now. But the thing is that Chad Bettis not really part of our plans for this organization. Chad Bettis is just one of those guys that just not at the level I want to be yet, so I might have to go and trade him to a different team, get some development, and then see where that kind of leaves it off right there. But Chad Bettis, though, take a look at his player profile card right now. He wants to make $1.6 million, which he will never get in Colorado, so might as well ship him out for a little bit more of a price compared to losing him to free agency for absolutely nothing. So if you can acquire Chad Bettis for Stephen Wright right there in Boston, it's a pretty good deal right there for us. But then next up is a prospect right there, and we do have the shortstop. I kind of want to keep this guy, but I mean, we already have a ton of shortstops that could take over, like Drew. I mean, we have Trevor Story, Brad, who's playing so well for us right now. We have Pat. And then we also have Brandon Rogers there, 8 potential, 20 years old, 61 overall. So there's no room for this guy in the organization. He's going to go absolutely nowhere if he stays in the Rockies, so might as well trade him for some value. So this dude, he's got a little bit of... He's alright though. I like his fielding, I like his speed right now. It's alright, but I mean, he just doesn't fit with their plans for the future of this organization, so might as well just ship him out for at least a price. So he had an average of 200 last season batting. I mean, I don't know, I really don't want him on the team, basically. So we can get some value from him by trading him to Boston for Stephen Wright over there. So I think the trade is perfect for us. Stephen Wright would go to a 78 overall if his player profile, or if his player morale goes up when he comes to Colorado. So plus we're even adding even less salary onto our salary, because I mean, we're dropping, what is that, like 1.5 million? Or 1.15 million compared to 650,000. So I mean, we're gaining salary right there in this trade. So might as well just pull off the trade. Stephen Wright for Chad Bettis, Castro, and Ed Schroeder. We got Stephen Wright on the team. So I think it's a fair trade for all of us, all parties involved. There's no room for Stephen Wright. Might as well get value for Boston. There's no room for the players on our team. Might as well get value for them. So perfect trade for both teams involved. But now take a look at Stephen Wright in a Colorado Rockies uniform, and plus in the rotation too. So as I predicted, Stephen Wright goes to 78 overall. Perfect through maybe 4-spot man. Maybe even share that with Robbie Ray if possible. So now we do have John Gray. Tyler Anderson is playing so well this season. Robbie Ray, newly acquired Robbie Ray. Stephen Wright and Tyler Chatwood. And Chatwood, he's got a 2.87 ERA. So I mean, everyone's playing not that bad though for this rotation. It looks a lot more cleaner with Stephen Wright as a Rockies member. So take a look at his overall player card in the roster management. He's up there now, 3rd spot on the Colorado Rockies. Let's take a look at him in a Rockies uniform. So go to edit player. And there he is, though. He looks pretty stylish there. Number 35 in Colorado in the pinstripes. Looks pretty good there as a member of the Colorado Rockies. So welcome to the Colorado Rockies, Stephen Wright. Now step 1's done. We got ourselves a decent pitcher that can play the 3 or 4 spot on rotation. Next up is, I'm probably going to sim. Wait, when is our trade deadline? That's the thing. So we could go and sim up to maybe this Washington game. Play that, then after that episode will be the trade deadline episode, because I believe it's the 31st is the trade deadline for the MLB, or something around that. I'm gonna do it beforehand, probably right after the Washington game, regardless, just so I don't avoid losing or missing out on trade deadline, basically. So now next up is, I guess, simming up to this All-Star game and seeing who our starters are and so on. So one thing, I'm not gonna play this All-Star game. It's practically a waste of time because we will probably only have one All-Star, and that's Nolan Arenado. So I'll also just go sim to this All-Star game, see how our team's doing, and see what our All-Star rosters are. Okay, so we went through the sim period. We actually had a decent record. We went and won the Arizona game with Robbie Ray, obviously, in that gameplay episode. But you gotta take a look at that one actually first. So first things first was that Robbie Ray trade. I forgot about that one. We did that. Now he went and started his first game against his former team in Arizona, and he had not that bad of a game though overall. We had a terrible offense. We just got just enough offense to go and win the game though, surprisingly. I don't know how he won. 12 hits against us, 3 hits for us. I don't know how the frick we won this game, but just one mention, though, one note. This was played on Hall of Fame for the first time I ever played Hall of Fame on MLB The Show 17. So Hall of Fame pitching, Hall of Fame batting. I'll go and change it back if you want more offense in the game though, and this is just not enough offense for the episode. But nonetheless, we do have our man Robbie Ray pitched 6 innings, 9 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Not too bad for Robbie Ray. Then Estevez came in, only allowing 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Sales came in, pitched perfectly for us. We have Adam Ottavino came in, got just drilled right in the back, though. He got hammered in the back with the baseball. Then McGee came in for the save. So, alright game for us there. We won that one 4-3 there, all based on all those errors by the Diamondbacks in the 7th inning. That's basically how we won it. But then next up is how Walker played for the Diamondbacks. He played pretty decently, but I mean, that's not good enough to go and win the game. But he had 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Decent overall outing for Walker in that game. And then we have Jason Mott, first game played against his former team, 1 inning pitched, nothing, 2 strikeouts. Then we have Burgos came in, and Burgos dropped the ball completely. Literally, he threw a few wild pitches, drove in 1 run, and walked like maybe 1 or 2 batters, not really sure. But he had 1 hit, 2 runs against them, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout in that game. And then the rest is history for that. So that was the game against Arizona that we took that W 4-3. Then we went, wait, how did the Arizona series turn out? We lost that one, well, looks like 2-1. Then Cincinnati, we went and played them at home. We went and won that one 3-1. Cool game, a series for us. Only lost that one by 3 runs that one game. But next series was against the White Sox, which we're currently in right now. It's 1 apiece right now, tied at 1 apiece against the White Sox. So let's go sim that game, check it out, and so on. Sim that game, we won 4-0, and I will stop simulating and check out everything else. So I'll just check out that game against the White Sox, 4-0 W. We shut him out there in that game. I guess see if Stephen Wright played any of these games. We have Anderson. Did Wright lose it? Had to have been this game. Had to have been. So that one game, 5-1. I swear Wright started this one. He did. Okay, so 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks in that game. So he played all right though. Didn't allow a single run. Then when our relief came in, TJ House dropped the ball completely. 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 runs against them, 1 at walk, and 1 strikeout. So it's basically due to TJ House that we lost that game. Otherwise, I mean, solid game. A solid few series for us in the past few. We won this one. We lost, or we won that Cincinnati one, obviously. Then we lost the Arizona one. So 2 series in a row that we've won. Now take a look at our transactions though and see if anything else has happened in the entire MLB. So where is that? Transactions list. There it is. So we do have right there. So transactions. Anyone called up that's big for us? Or for anything at all. Because every time they talk about big prospects, really nothing happens though. But here's a trade though. I'll check out trades actually. Trades right here. So Brooks Semien was traded to the Indians for Bradley Zimmer. Okay, that's a decent trade, I guess. Mariners went and acquired Jose Abreu from the White Sox for Nelson Cruz and Evan Scribner. I think that's how you say it. But still, I don't know why they didn't pop up on the screen though. Nelson Cruz is a big player in the MLB. Trade to the White Sox for Jose Abreu. It's a pretty cool trade there for both parties involved. Then there's a few other trades of nobody's basically anyone big. Though we have the Rockies trade, obviously Stephen Wright for Ed Schroeder, Bettis, and Castro. Maybe the Trey Turner trade, 2 times he's got traded the entire season. It just sucks for Trey Turner though. He's just moved around so many times. First he gets settled in, I believe, LA, then he gets traded to the Kansas City Royals, then he went and got traded right to the Mariners, right when he's getting settled in Kansas City, so it just sucks for him all around. But the Rockies trade Robbie Ray for Alexi Amarista, Jason Mudd, and Kyle Freeland. They get the Fernando Salas trade for German Marquez. And that's pretty much the entire trades besides the Eric Hosmer trade for Trey Turner and Eric Fetty earlier on the season. Well, pardon me, Trey Turner was from the Nationals. I don't know why I said LA, but still on there. Trey Turner traded 2 times in the entire season so far. But now, next up is our All-Star teams. I'm going to check this out though, see who's on our All-Star team. So All-Star voting, if it's still on there, it is still on there. So closer on, right next to our All-Star game, take a look at the overall voting, see what votes our players got, and so on. So I take a look at the list for starting pitchers. We got like nobody. We have Chatwood on there, 243,000 votes right there. He's got 2.74 ERA too. I don't know why he's not getting more votes. But anyone else on here? And yeah, really nothing on there too much. So where is actually John Gray? There he is, 211,000 votes. There you go. So next up is Fernando Salas, number 1 overall. He's going to be starting at relief. Well, not really starting, but he'll be the number 1 relief pitcher in the All-Star game with 199,000 votes for his name. But closing pitcher, do we have anybody else on there? Our closer, where's Adam Ottavino? There he is, 249,000 votes for him. Pretty solid year so far for him in the year. But where is Dustin Garneau for catcher? He better not be on here too much. There he is, 96k votes, still got some votes, but he's horrible so far this year. Once Tony Wolters comes back, then I'll try and put him in at starter though. I want Tony Wolters to get some experience this season. But first base, anyone on first base for us? Where is Ian Desmond? There he is. 442,000 votes, pretty big amount of votes, but still not enough to get starting at first base. Second base, do you have DJ on here? Where is DJ? DJ's all the way down here, 198,000 votes right there. Third base, Nolan Arenado's second there against Chris Bryant, obviously, because Chris Bryant won MVP last season, but 466,000 votes for Nolan Arenado, 251 batting average so far in the season. But shortstop, got anybody on here? I guess we don't have Story because he got injured most of the season, or he's been injured for most of the season. Where is Story? There he is, 120k votes for him. Left field, do you have anybody at left field? You better not have anybody at left field because we haven't been good at left field. We have Perry on there, 225,000 votes for him. And that's about it for that. We have David Dahl there too. So what is that? How does our backup get more votes than our actual starter at left field? I have no idea. But 103k votes for David Dahl. Center field, do we have anybody at center field? Where is Charlie Blackmon? There he is. I didn't see him. 460,000 votes for Charlie Blackmon. Solid so far for the voting, but just not enough to get starting at center field there. And then right field, where is our man Cargo? Cargo is, I saw him. There he is, right down there, 297,000 votes for Cargo's name. So that was our overall Rockies All-Star team. We have a few All-Stars though. We do have Fernando Salas. We have Nolan Arenado on the bench. So, I mean, that's pretty good for us. The 2 All-Stars is not that bad for a team that's below 500 right now and not really performing that well. But right now, take a look at the standings before we go to the home run derby. Just look at the home run derby. We're not going to actually do it. But 43 wins, 48 losses, 11 games back of the number 1 Dodgers, though. We're probably never going to win this division with the Dodgers being so dominant every single year. But the Giants 2.5 games back of them, too. So the Rockies are going to take a lot to go and actually make the playoffs this year, especially in a tough NL West division. But I mean, I don't know. We could be able to do it if we have a huge second half of the season. Maybe do an acquisition or two to go make our team better. But I doubt we're going to make the playoffs this season just based on our division. Plus the wild card, though. Like the wild card, we have the Giants and the Mets over 50 wins so far. And we're 8.5 games back of the Mets. I mean, we have no shot practically to make the playoffs this season. But we'll try our best and forget the rest. But we have anybody in here, though, for league leaders yet? Batting average, you have Ian Desmond there, 310 in 7th place. Hits we have, where is he? There's got to be somebody on here for hits. We do have Ian Desmond there, 14th overall in the league, not that bad. At bats, don't really care. Doubles. Ian Desmond there in 3rd, tied for 3rd with Brandon Phillips. Triples, you have anybody in here for triples? Probably not. But we've Charlie Blackmon with 4 triples. Wow, that's a lot of triples. Tied for 8th right there. Home runs. Do you even have any home run hitters? I guess we have Nolan Arenado there at 19, but that's tied for 6th in the league, or number 6 in the league, sorry. But RBI, we have RBIs. We don't really have that many RBIs from Nolan Arenado yet, but he's got 10. He's 10th on league, 56 overall RBIs on the season. Runs, I guess runs don't really matter too much to me right now, but Nolan Arenado 11th there for runs. Still on bases, we have Charlie Blackmon there in 5th. Base on balls, I'll just go with the pitching though. I want to see the pitching first. So do you have any wins though for our pitchers? Do you have a lot of wins? We have John Gray there tied for 10th there with 8 wins in the season. That's not that bad. It's pretty good for John Gray and the Rockies. But losses, don't really care too much. Saves, do we have Adam Ottavino here for saves? Where is Adam? He's not even on here. He's 14th. That's not that bad. 16 is not that bad. ERA, do you have anybody for ERA here? We might have Chatwood here. We do, 11th there for Chatwood. So, I mean, pretty overall solid stats for our team so far on the season. But next up, might as well go what the overall Home Run Derby roster is. So we'll just go to play Home Run Derby. I'm not going to actually play it, but I want to see the roster though. So Home Run Derby, do you have Brian Dozier there, 27 home runs on the season, Mike Trout, Giancarlo Stanton, Edwin Encarnacion, the trader. I mean, it just sucks for him. But Robinson Cano, Daniel Murphy, Chris Bryant, and Corey Seager. So pretty solid Home Run Derby there for the league. But next up is our All-Star game. I'll send to the date right there. And we do have All-Stars. So take a look at the All-Stars roster right there and see where our All-Stars are placed. So just play full game. So pitching, do we have any pitching All-Stars here? I just want to check this out though. And we do have Fernando Salas there as a relief pitcher in this game. So pretty good there for our man Fernando Salas. Just go and stir him like this, like there. Then when it comes to our overall NL batting order, we do have Sterling Marte, Daniel Murphy, Corey Seager, Chris Bryant, Freddie Freeman, Anthony Rizzo, Yoenis Cespedes, Buster Posey, Hunter Pence in 9th spot. And then, do we have anybody on here though? We have Giancarlo Stanton. Charlie Blackmon made it though. Where's Nolan Arenado? Is Nolan Arenado not an All-Star this season? What? So you're telling me that Charlie Blackmon made it, the guy who's done pretty bad for us for this season compared to what he did last season, over the man who's leading us on home runs. I think RBI though too. He's leading us in RBI too. I don't know what they're doing basically. It's pretty messed up there. But Charlie Blackmon makes the All-Star team over Nolan Arenado there. Pretty weird to see that. But I mean, maybe they have a lack of outfielders. That's probably it though. Lack of outfielders. So I mean, Charlie Blackmon makes it for that basically on itself. So that is our overall NL All-Star team. It sucks that Chris Bryant is on there, but I mean, I guess he'll get more motivation to play better for the next half of the season. So it sucks that he's not an All-Star, but I mean, we'll just go and carry on to the next thing, which is our simulation. So we'll sim up to probably his Washington game and play those Nationals. So let's go and check this out and see how our team sims. So one note though, the AL did defeat the NL in the All-Star game. That's probably because Nolan Arenado wasn't on the team. I'm just kidding. Plus big news, Trevor Story is back and he's off the DL. So, I mean, let's auto-utilize him. I'm gonna check him out though on the team. Skip that. I want to check him out though. So where does he slide in though now in our team? We have Trevor Story there way down there. He's not gonna be way down there. He's a hitter, so we'll probably bring him up there against right in front of a hitter, like a contact guy. So where should we put him at? So it means Brad is no longer whoa, he's played bad though. Whole 182 batting average is not that good. So Brad really dropped the ball ever since Trevor Story got injured, besides the one game I played with him. But anything on here though, how can we switch up this lineup? We have Blackmon, Desmond, Arenado, Gonzalez, LeMahieu, and Jordan Patterson. I might put his LeMahieu as a hitter. He's got contact guy, so if he wakes up, put him ahead of them. Trevor Story. Then we have David Dahl there to go and get more hitting. Patterson for hits or home runs. I don't know. So I think this is a decent lineup there for right now. Patterson down there is not that bad. I'm just waiting on Dustin Garneau to go and get replaced by Tony Walters once he comes back, though. I'm waiting for that day. So let's go switch that up there in all the rosters, and I'll see you right after I'm done doing all that kind of stuff. So quick update before we do need the simming, though. Stephen Wright's been killing it, though. 2.55 ERA. This man is playing very well ever since being traded to the Rockies. Let's go do the sim and see us at the end of July. So taking a look back at our sim ever since the All-Star game, I mean, we had a pretty good sim though. We had that Nets series, we won that one 2-1. San Diego won 2-1. Pittsburgh won 2-1. Then we lost against St. Louis. So we won a ton of series in the row for June. So this has been one great June for us. So I'm gonna check out our win-loss record for June. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 wins. So 13 wins in June compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 13-8 in June is not that bad though. So, I mean, pretty decent overall sim for June, but now is our last 2 games of June. Stephen Wright versus Tanner Rourke. Might as well play that game though, I guess. He's got 2.37 ERA. He's played even better since last checking up on him. So Stephen Wright one of the hottest pitchers in the league ever since getting called up from the AAA right on Colorado's team. So, anyway, next episode will be his Tanner Roark versus Steven Wright game. One of the biggest games of the season. We're 50 and 53 right now. Take a look at our standings right now in the division. We're pretty close, though. We are only 13 games back of the Dodgers, so never mind the division. Screw that. We're playing well for what we're doing right now. Just don't mind anything about playoffs. Playoffs do not mean a single thing right now. It's more about how our team feels as a whole. So our team feeling great ever since Steven Wright was acquired, though. I check out the lineups still average, though, average hitting. So, I mean, let's go and I guess end off this episode off right here. So next episode will be the Tanner Roark versus Steven Wright game. And I guess thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.